and welcome back to Grandia with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So, we've washed up on some sort of beach here full of giant butterflies and God knows what else. But this is the new continent we are going to be exploring here. It does look like less like a thing and more like a jungle, so yeah. I guess he is, yeah. Yes, you did, but never mind. We know where Lent is, but yeah, I also kind of like the music here. Seems rather heavily didgeridoo led. Yeah, I have not heard this much didgeridoing since I played Crash Bandicoot, and I like quite a bit of didgeridoing, especially when Crash died near Nitro. He would always play the didgeridoo, which is kind of weird, but never mind that. Firstly, here's our first new enemy, the Sweet Moths, and they can confuse you. Be careful of that. Their main weakness is to howl or howl slash, so I might as well start with that. And Justin, let's attack physically there. Indeed, that one got out of the way, didn't it? But yeah, Sonar Flutter is the thing that can inflict confusion on your party, so be very careful when dealing with these giant... Apparently they're moths, but they look like butterflies. They definitely look like butterflies, but never mind. Also, the new battle music. I love it! I absolutely love the new battle music. Especially since what happens when you get into an ambush, which I don't do with those enemies, but I do think I do so a bit later, because on the Grandia soundtrack, believe it or not, the battle theme actually does go into that, but yeah, it's all part of the same tune, but as I say, in game, you'd think they are two separate tunes, but they're not on the soundtrack, if that makes any sense, because they're all part of the same tune. Anyway, next is these caterpillars, which are weak against fire, so 2 burn flame spells would probably do well against these guys. I still have the odd hat on Justin, because it works really well for teleporting. The other annoying thing about these caterpillars is that they can defend quite well, actually. Seriously, and they can poison you, but again, I just learned Cure with Feena, so that will help a bit. Seriously. And a good alternative to just buying antidotes. Seriously. I think you can buy them. I don't often buy items because I don't actually like to conserve items. Kind of like with the elixirs from the Final Fantasy games, but no, a bit different with Grandia, if you know what I mean. Okay, there's another annoying caterpillar. Don't try to eat me, I'm too young to die. Anyway, that being said, you can see over there is a tent! And indeed, we will meet back up, believe it or not, with Guido in a moment. Oh yes, Guido. The ever carrot-munching muggy who insists he's not a rabbit. Yeah, sure, mate, pull the other one that's got bells on. Whistle? No, that's grass, mate. Unless you're seriously saying that, Justin is now, like, Link... Well, in the Japanese version, actually is played by young Link, Fujiko Takimoto, who actually plays young Link in both, Ocarina of Time and, let's say it, Majora's Mask. So, I'm guessing he is like Link, but I don't think that extends to using grass to summon birds. That was in Twilight Princess. But, ow. Indeed. Yeah, the flying grass is going to be painful. Anyway, it looks like I've gotten to my first thing, and this is where Noriyuki Iwadare really turns up the music here. Because it builds and builds and builds and everything before the main melody kicks in. I absolutely love it, seriously. It's just a shame that he didn't do any more RPGs that I know of anyway, aside from the Grandia series. He did do music. I did not know this. He actually did do music for the Ace Attorney series, though, including the infamous Cornered theme. So, yeah, if you want to play some games with his music in besides the Grandia series, definitely play the Ace Attorney games. Seriously. Maybe does it for certainly the first 3 Phoenix Wright games, but I'm just ranting now. Anyway, here's Guido, seemingly, and he has. How does he know he's trusted a Feena of the Brave Couple? Yeah, how could you forget old Guido, man? The guy looks like a rabbit, but he's actually not a rabbit. I'm getting Morgana vibes here, and Guido came before Morgana! Seriously. The whole carrot thing isn't helping, really, in saying that I'm not the rabbit! What are you saying, bro? Or something. Oh, I actually do a pretty good impression of Guido. And yeah, they're talking about the spirits now, huh? In the world is he? Guy looks like a rabbit who doesn't think he's a rabbit, basically. Okay, what is this? Okay. Role to play? What? Didn't hear about that before. Okay, that's kind of vague. What about the other things we can ask him? Where the hell is Lent? Okay. Liette only said to go east. How far east can we have to go now? Okay. What does the Moggy do? Okay, what's that then? The truth? Where the whole world will perish? That's kind of a lot to throw on us. Yeah, what exactly is gonna destroy the world? Seriously. Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it, and we're on the 2nd disc of the game, for crying out loud. Certainly the PS1 version, anyway. I don't know, we just tried to... Okay, fair enough. Adventure never gives up. And, Guido says to, remember those words. Yeah, they will become important a lot later. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, at least this isn't promoting vegetarianism or even veganism. I'm using carrots. Oh yeah. Well, he's a salesman, so I'm not surprised by that, or a trader or something like that. No, he does need to earn an honest wage, should I say, Justin. Besides, 100 gold pieces is pretty good at this stage in the game. Seriously. He'll even pay you to save your game, but... or at least recover, I'd say, with Guido. Anyway, that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!